Hello, Janet fans. This is video number 10 of the State of the World Tour video blog, presented by Kashai Martin. Now, before I start, I just want it to be known that I don't work for Janet, Rhythm Nation Records, Live Nation, or Ticketmaster. I'm a fan with a camera and the ability to speak. Now, I want to recognize 3 friends that I've actually had the pleasure of meeting. So these 3 fans are Joanna from Toronto, who I met in Lafayette, and she inspired me to make these videos. During the Rock With You tour, she actually made videos leading up to opening night in Vancouver. Thank you, Joanna. Trell from Atlanta, who I have spoken with many times on the phone, and I finally met him at Lafayette. I am so glad that we met finally. And Mike from Atlanta, who is such a gentleman. I met him and his partner in Miami, first row Unbreakable World Tour. All 3 of us got VIP. Well, we were VIP, we went to the museum, and then we got upgraded. So that was awesome. He is in charge of the Induct Janet movement, and I truly believe he is part of the reasons why Janet got nominations twice in a row to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So Trell, Joanna, Mike, thank you all so much for being dedicated fans and for taking your love of Janet and being very enthusiastic and unapologetic about it. Thank you. So with that being said, since the last video, a lot's happened actually. So yes, the dancers from all of her past tours, they all came to do Rhythm Nation at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles, and Janet introduced every single one of them. That was so sweet. That was amazing. Because for me personally, being a background dancer for Janet has always been on my bucket list. It's always been a goal of mine. So to see so many talented, creative individuals from years that I've grown up watching, I thought that was amazing. I wish I was at that LA show. That was perfect. Also, Janet she took a little break. She went to Las Vegas, had a moment of silence for the Las Vegas massacre. I'm glad she did that. And she's been to Salt Lake City, Denver, Kansas City, St. Louis, and tonight I believe she will be in Milwaukee. So I'm actually glad that those set of shows finally happened because they were postponed quite a bit. So I'm glad she finally made it to those markets, and I'm glad those fans finally got a chance to get their edges removed. Now, on to another topic. Respect. I love Janet fans so much. And I know all of us are not going to get along because we all have different opinions. But I think it's super important to remember that we're not just Janet fans, we're humans. And we all deserve to be treated with respect. Every fan website or fan platform has certain people that like to post on there, and everybody has their opinions. And I respect everybody who can find a platform to discuss Janet because we may not have friends or family that like Janet, or they don't understand being a dedicated diehard fan. They think it's a waste of time and it's stupid. I don't think it is. So anyone that is dedicated to music or to Janet, I love you and I think it's awesome. And I hope that there are people in your life who can be just as dedicated and as cool as you are. Because if you're a fan of Janet, I love you. But unfortunately, not all fans get along. I don't think we understand boundaries at all as people. Like, let's take Janet out of the equation. As people, I think it's super important to be respectful to each other and be considerate. You don't know what people are going through, and it's not okay to attack. And there's so much attacking, it's really draining and time consuming. And I'm saying this out of a place of love and a need for change because, for instance, if I go on to Janet Club and there are people in a thread that is meant to be about selling out or ticket sales, or the thread is about reviews, people keep on bringing up other artists. And yes, for me, this is a Janet fan site. I don't care about other artists. There's actually a different section of that website in particular where you can discuss other artists. But when users keep on saying they don't want to discuss other artists, but they're bringing up and mentioning those artists over and over again. It's tired. And it's a distraction from the topic. It is not difficult as adults and as human beings to stay on topic. It's really not difficult. If I go on Planet Janet and I see people are calling each other names, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to see people attacking each other on a personal level. If I go on ATRL and I keep seeing you all post that damn video of Kadir talking about the You Tried It World Tour, I really don't want to necessarily communicate with you all the time. I do post on all of these places often, but I feel like on Facebook, you all are the most level-headed. I feel like you all don't get into arguments. And I just don't understand sometimes why we feel the need to comment on like Janet's marriages or Janet's friends' relationships. We don't know anything about these people's intimate lives, and unless you were one of those people, you don't have access and you don't have a right to discuss and speculate on what happened 20 something years ago in a marriage or what is the state of someone's friendship. Like, these are things that are so, like, if you were in their shoes, you would be like, why are you even bothering? You know, like, why? It doesn't make sense. And I've dealt with, like, some disrespectful situations with fans online and in person. You know, like today I had a misunderstanding with the fan, but it is what it is. Didn't appreciate what they wrote to me, but hey, don't know what they were going through. All I know is that I didn't do anything intentional to hurt anybody, so that says more about them than me. At Lafayette, there was somebody who I thought I was friends with for years, and they didn't say nothing to me. So that says more about them than me. Another situation, someone I met in Lafayette, been keeping in touch with them since, and the communication has not been consistent, so don't know what they're going through, but that says more about them than me. I can only do so much as an individual. You know, I think it's important that we're kind to each other, and as long as we're kind to each other and honest in keeping that line of communication open, that's all you can do. And I want to be friends with Janet fans. I want to build healthy relationships with you all and communicate on a healthy level, you know, but I feel like sometimes you all sit behind that phone or that computer and you feel like it's okay to just say anything, and it's really not. Like, we're people with real lives and real daily in and out things. We have issues, we have problems, and I don't want to go online and see you all arguing. I don't want people telling me that I'm on a high horse and I need to not tell people what to do. If you all are putting negative things and untrue things out there or arguing among each other and being negative, it's not productive. It is a waste of time. I am going to contribute creatively and positively what I can. I am not going to, in these times especially, these crazy, crazy times we're in, add to stress, add to negativity, add to hearsay, add to rumors. I'm not doing it. I am going to be a fan. I am going to be friendly. I am going to support Janet, and I'm going to stay in my lane. And with that being said, I love you all. See you all in Detroit and Toledo. Later.